Hey baddies, it's been a long time since I've come on and done a Bad Thoughts with Mariah, which is a series that I did between season 1 and season 2, and now we are at the end of season 2, looking forward to season 3. I haven't posted a podcast in a while, and I wanted to come on here and talk with you about why that is the case and what to look forward to in season 3. So there's many factors into why I haven't been as consistently uploading, which I absolutely hate. I really want to be consistent with the podcast. I want to put an episode out every week. But it just wasn't happening these past couple months. I have done a lot of traveling. Some of you know, but not all of you. My mom has been, as she likes to call it, on a cancer journey. She has had several tumors removed. And now I'm forgetting what the tumor is called, but it's rare. I'll see if I can put the name of it in the description. And most recently, they discovered that she has tumors. She has a tumor on her brainstem, which is affecting her speech and her walking and the way her eyes track. So, I mean, this has been like a year and a half in the works, and I've taken several trips to Colorado to be with her and family as she has her surgeries. And most recently, she's had radiation, and the tumors, and I forgot to say, she also has tumors in, like, several smaller tumors in her brain, not just on her brainstem. And the latest results from scans were saying that the tumors reacted positively to radiation, so we are just waiting to see if it continues to, if her symptoms continue to get better, or if she's going to get worse. But she's an incredibly positive, courageous, brave person, and so if anyone is going to, she doesn't like the word beat, but if anyone is going to get through this cancer journey, it's gonna, out of pure spite, it's gonna be my mom. Anyway, so yeah, that's just part of why. It is not all of the reason why. I also tend to not be great at time management, or I should say I am working on improving my time management skills. I would really love if I had some sort of like assistant in this whole podcast thing, someone that could be like, okay, you have all of these great ideas, here is how we are going to implement them, and here's your schedule for how you're going to get it all done. Like, that would just be incredible. The issue is I can hardly pay myself, let alone pay someone else. And I'm doing the work of, like, it for the big podcast, that would be like an entire podcast team. Like, I would have a manager and a producer and an editor and like 5 different jobs that I'm trying to do. I'm not complaining. I love doing this. I am just, what am I trying to say? I don't know. Just, I didn't know what I was getting myself into. Anyways, looking forward to season 3, I am so excited. If you all thought I was excited for season 2 when I was like screaming in my one Bad Thoughts with Mariah episode, then like I can't even contain myself. I have so many incredible guests. So I've been doing a lot of it sounds like I'm defending myself. Maybe I am a little bit. I don't know. But I've been doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff in preparation for season 3 that hopefully will come out more consistently. And so I've already started quite a bit of filming for that, and scheduling ahead interviews. I have amazing guests coming on with some amazing topics. We're going to talk about drag church, like being in drag as a pastor, more drag stuff. And we filmed an episode on premarital sex and how having this person shared their story and about how having premarital sex actually allowed them to heal their relationship with their body. We filmed an episode on being a bad professor at a conservative evangelical college. We have an episode scheduled on being trans and Christian, on reparations. I just did one on I'm like trying not to blush, on praise kinks. So this season is gonna be a little bit more spicy, more bad, which, like, I guess that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to normalize quote unquote bad topics that are not actually bad or harmful or hurting people. And one of my interests or bad topics is sex and sexuality. So we have a few more of those episodes. But you know what? All of the episodes on, like, the most downloaded episodes that you all downloaded are good sex, bad sex, purity culture, sex without shame, and then you all really liked the episode with Ted Swartz on holy humor, or is humor holy, whatever we called it. So you all want to listen to the episodes on sex and sexuality too. So it's not just me putting it out there in the world. In that line of thought, I am going to try and do the good podcaster thing, which is ask you to engage with this podcast to help spread the word. Get it? The capital W word. I'm not claiming, Lord have mercy, I'm not claiming that I'm the Bible. Anyways, you know what I'm saying. So I am asking you, please share this podcast with someone you think would like it or someone you think would hate it. Either way. Share it on your social media, whatever, on Facebook, on Instagram. Share my episodes on your stories. What else? It is extremely helpful on Apple Podcasts if you rate and review the podcast. You can literally just say, I like this podcast, or this is what I like about this podcast, or this is what I don't like. I'm not going to assume that you like it. Well, maybe I should assume that if you're listening to this. Anyways, if you rate and review the podcast, it puts it into the podcast algorithm, and you're more likely to get in on the front page that suggests podcasts for people, and that is how podcasts really blow up. Also, if you are financially available, if you have money to spend and you would like to help a fledgling podcast, please check out the Patreon. Patreon is a site where people can go on and be patrons, which is very biblical if you ask me, of different creatives, YouTubers, content creators, podcasters. So you can go to patreon.com/calledtobebad, or just go to Google Patreon, click on it. You can find the podcast under it, and then you can sign up for different brackets for different levels of support. And my goal is to engage a lot more on Patreon. I want to put out unedited episodes, and you can get those a day early. I want to do better about sending people stickers. I have an idea of, if you sign up for the highest tier, I think it's $50 a month, and I call it basic Baddie. Oh, what is it? Basic Boujee, basic something in Boujee. But anyways, if you sign up for the highest tier, which I don't expect people to do, but if you would, then my one thought was that you would get all the books that I promote on the podcast. Oh, we have a lot of authors coming on. There's a lot of really good books and exciting information and ideas coming out, so I'm really excited for that. That is just like a match made in heaven, authors plus podcasters. So you can check out Patreon, or if you are part of some sort of organization, or you just have a lot of money and you would like to be a sponsor of the podcast, meaning you would like to have some sort of ad during the show that says, this podcast is sponsored by X church or X organization or X conference, then let me know and we can work out some sort of sponsorship deal. That would just be really great. Yeah, I think that's all. I'm going to include more pitches like that in the episodes, but I will try to keep it brief. But they say, like, you really got to remind people. So for those of you who have been considering Patreon or considering sponsorship, this is your sign to go and do it. I'm doing the good thing of promoting my work and this podcast because I love it and I believe in it and I love the guests and love the ideas that they are bringing to the table. And I want other people to know about it. All right, I think that's enough. I love you all, baddies. Every time I talk with someone and they say they listen to the podcast, like, my heart swells. Yeah, it just means a lot. I joke that my love language is people listening to the podcast, but I don't want anyone to listen out of obligation because you know me. So just making that very clear. All right, that's enough. Keep being bad and beautiful. Love you all. Bye.